Good morning and welcome back to another video here. This is part 3 of my little series here where I am wiring up my electronics on the boat. As you saw last video, I got the switch panel wiring started. I just have the 5 positives for the 5 switches. That's what I got started in the last video. If you guys want to see how I did that, then make sure to tune into that one. Today I'm going to be wiring up the negative for the 5 switches, and I'm also going to be wiring up the positive and negative for the 3 what are called it's the 12 volt lighter, like cigarette lighter outlet. I have this voltage meter which shows the voltage of the battery, and then a USB port, so that'll take these 2 wires here. So I'm going to be using these butt connectors to be splicing 2 pieces of wire together. This is going to be the first time I've ever used butt connectors, so I was just watching some videos before starting this video, and yeah, all you do is just like strip the wire back, put the wire in, crimp it, do the same for the other side, and then I guess this metal here will conduct the electricity. So as long as the 2 wires are crimped into place there on those, then it'll be fine. These are also heat shrink too, so I'll be able to heat shrink these down. So yeah, and then once I get that all wired up, I'm actually going to do kind of the first test to see how everything's doing once I get all that set up. And then I'll probably make the next video about wiring up my first electronic thing, which are going to be the running lights. That's the first task at hand, is to get those working again. So yeah, let's get started. All right, so we have the negative wire for the switches. What I'm gonna do, because there's kind of some solder on the end of this, I'm just gonna cut this wire back a little bit here, like so. Just cut it back so I can get some better wire for it. And then I need to strip this. I'm gonna use my 14 gauge. I'm gonna go up at 1 actually. All right, so I stripped my wire back, as you can see. So this should fit in here nicely. Yep. And then I'm gonna need to crimp it down once I get this butt slice in here. Let's go ahead and crimp this down here. Perform a tug test. The wire is not moving at all. All right, and then on the other end, I'm going to be attaching this wire, which I pre-cut. It's about approximately 100 inches or so of wire that I'm going to be running the same route of wire that these ones ran, attaching it to the fuse block. So I'm going to go ahead and strip this wire back just a little bit here. Apparently, what I was watching videos on YouTube about wiring. Apparently, if you want to prevent wire from being stripped off when you strip the insulation, because sometimes when I use the 14 gauge on my stripper here, but it'll also strip off a couple strands of wire. Apparently, if you step up a gauge, it will not do that, and so far it's not doing that. So for the 14 gauge, I've been using actually the 12 gauge on my stripper, and it's working. It's not stripping any wire away, so that's good. So we've got our wire stripped back. Let's go ahead and connect it to this end. All right, so now I'm gonna go ahead and crimp this other wire here. I want to go bold and use my left hand to crimp. Crimping this wire. And now we're gonna officially do a tug test. So this one, the wire is not coming out, the wire is not loose. And this one, same thing. Well, let me just go ahead and crimp this down a little bit harder here. There we go. Now that should be good. No, it's still a little loose. Alright, so I have the wires crimped together on this butt connector. So now I'm gonna heat shrink these ends down. Alright, so I just heat shrunk the connector down, so that's good. Connections are solid. Now I'm gonna do these two wires here, get the wires cut, the wires connected to those wires, and then from there I'm gonna start doing the wiring for, I'll start with this one first, and then I'll move on to the other two. So yeah, let me get some work done here, and I'll give you guys a little progress update of what it looks like. Nice. All right, check this out. I got the two for the 3 on the top there, the 12 volt, the cigarette lighter, and the USB ports. The wires are attached, and I heat shrinked it down. This one I did the best on. Like, all sides are perfect. This one, I couldn't get this like little part right here, but that's fine because it's still sealed from that spot. So yeah, I think first I'm gonna wire up the negatives for the switches. So I'm gonna bring this back through there and connect it up to one of the terminals on my fuse block. Then I'll wire these two up as well, and then after that I'll cut back in and show you guys a little progress update. And I believe at that point is when I can actually test the system, because all negatives and positives for everything in this area will be hooked up. So I'll be able to, in theory, I'll be able to see the switches working and stuff, all the lights on the switch work, and then I'll have to actually wire up my first thing here. So all right, let me get to work here getting all this wiring going, and then I will cut back in and let's see, we'll test out the system. Oh, my battery is probably dead because I haven't connected it up for months, so I might have to hook up my solar charger for a little bit and have the solar panel charge the battery. By the way, by the time I get this system up and running, I'm gonna be buying a new battery because this battery is really old. So that's something I'm gonna be budgeting for, getting that going. So all right, let's get to work. I have finished the wiring. Take a look inside here. It's kind of a mess right now because I haven't started organizing the wires yet, but that's gonna be obviously something that I'm gonna be doing. But I've got all the wires hooked up. We got the 6 positives and so far only 2 negatives. And I put 5 5-amp fuses and then 1 10-amp fuse. And the 10-amp fuse is going to be, that wire is the one that powers the USB charger and stuff. So I'm just thinking that, you know, if I'm charging a phone or something, it's gonna draw more than 5 amps if I have like 2 phones on there. So I don't know, I'm just testing out the fuses. I'm gonna be testing them out. If they keep blowing, then I'll amp up the fuse and kind of just find the sweet spot. So I'm allowing enough power to go through without there being too much power. I don't know, I'm just gonna try that out. So well, the next thing I need to do is connect up these terminals to the battery, and I also need to charge it because I think the battery is dead and it might not even function properly. So yeah, I'm gonna get my solar charger, get that battery charged up, and get things tested out here to make sure that everything's functioning and that I can move forward with the project, or if I need to do some troubleshooting to figure something out that I made a mistake on or whatever. So, all right, let's continue. Just hooked up the positive and negative terminal. I turned the isolator switch off, so then I can really test this out. So when I turn the switch on, the LEDs on the switch panel should light up, and I should see a voltage value under the voltage area. So let's go ahead and test this out here. I'm going to turn on the system. Okay, so in theory there should be power running through. So the moment of truth, are there LEDs on the switch panel right now? Yo! The LEDs are on, bro. Holy shoot. Let me turn one on here. Oh! It works! Holy shoot. Yo, okay. And I can see the voltage. I think that says 12.4 volts. So my battery is like pretty much charged 100%. That's kind of crazy. All right. And then the fuses are looking good here. I kind of want to plug something into the charger port on this fuse thing here. But yeah, that's what it looks like. There's the courtesy lights. They're currently illuminated. And then if you want to power something on, you just flip the switch, and then the system indicates that the light is on, or whatever it is powered on, and then you can turn it off like that. So everything's working so far. The fuse panel, no fuses are blown. Obviously we're not really drawing any current through, but yeah. And then you can just power the system off, and then when we come back here, all the lights are off, which indicates the system is not receiving power. Cool! This works! Okay, this is really cool. Yeah, and I'm gonna monitor these fuses. I mean, most of these are gonna be drawing like low power anyway, because I'm gonna be using LED lights for the running lights and so forth, but I'm so happy right now because it literally works. Like, it's functioning right now, so. All right, I think the next thing I'm gonna do is maybe do a little bit of wiring cleanup. I need to go and buy some of my zip tie mounts so I can mount this wire, make it look a lot better. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy right now. The system is working thus far, and it should be really easy because all I have to do, I'll mention this in a video when I'm actually working on it, but that last pin there is what will be the positive power for the light. So I'd run that up to the running light, and then I'd run a negative back all the way back here, and then put it onto one of those open spots on the fuse block. Oh my gosh, man, this is exciting stuff right now. And it's cool too because I can see, let me turn this back on here, I can see the voltage of the battery on this voltage meter thing. I think that's so cool. Look at that. It's hard to see because it's daylight out, but 12.4 volts. I assume when I charge the battery as well, it'll show that it's being charged, or like it'll show that the voltage is increasing or something. But yeah, maybe the battery is just fine. I just need to clean off all this shit on it. But oh my gosh, this is exciting news right here. Everything that I put together is functioning perfectly. I think I'm gonna try to plug something into the see, I've got some kind of yeah, this right here to power on the oh wait, this is, well, I have a USB. This is what charges my radio. I wonder if this works here. Okay, so I installed it and I turned on the power here, so we are receiving power to the system here, and it's all installed in its space. And in here you can see the wiring, and you can see the 5 pins that I'll be using to wire things up. So I can just leave this thing installed, and then I can just come in here and attach my spade connectors to these when I get it all wired up, so I don't have to take this off. Probably, well, of course if there's a problem, but no, I shouldn't have to take off this switch panel. And yeah, so that's what it looks like. And that's what it looks like in its installed state. And then I can use my isolator switch to turn off the system when I leave for the day, turn it on, and that's how it works. So yeah, very happy. I wanted to show you guys this too. I am charging my radio right now from my battery. I was never able to do this even with my old system because I've got these little battery charging things, but they never worked. Now I've got two slots there for USB. The voltage dropped to, you can't really see it, but 12.2. So I'm gonna hook up my solar panel and charge the battery, and then kind of see what the voltage looks like on the switch panel. All right, well, that's gonna do it for this video. I'm now in the car about to drive home, but yeah, the switch panel's working, and that's so exciting. And I can charge it with solar, and I can now charge my phone with unlimited power out on the water, even like when I'm sailing, if I set up the solar panel. That is really exciting. After I finished that, I was trying to cut off the wire for the running light, the old wire, but it was kind of a nightmare. I spent like an hour doing it, and I hardly made any progress, so I'm gonna have to figure out a different strategy to tackle that wire. You know what was cool though is apparently a subscriber actually is here at the marina, which was cool. So I met a subscriber, and he was like, yeah, thank you for making the videos, like how to go down the river and stuff, like how to open the bridge and all that. That was cool. So anyways, yeah, so that's what's happening. And that'll do it for this video. I think next video I'm going to be working on the running lights, the next project video for this series. I also was doing some inspecting of the wires of the running lights, and they're also really bad. So I think I'm going to buy new running lights, a new set of bow running lights and a stern running light on Amazon, and then it'll be brand new wires, because like the wires that are coming out of the running lights are also really gross and corroded and falling apart. So yeah, I think it's time for me to replace the running lights. So that's something I'm going to be doing as well in the next project video. So yeah, that'll do it for this one. Hopefully you enjoyed and maybe learned something, but man, that's exciting. Projects and stuff that you think of in your head ends up working out in reality. That's pretty cool stuff. So all right, thank you for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.